I'm a 28-year-old line cook at a dive bar in Reno, and last week I refused to eat the elk chili my mom spent 12 hours making for our annual UFO watch party because it was swimming in onions, my lifelong nemesis. Now she's not speaking to me and my buddies are calling me an ungrateful jerk. AITA? Let me back up. I've been onioniverse since I was a kid. It's not just the taste, those slimy little bastards make my throat itch like I've swallowed a lint roller. Mom knows this. She's known since I gagged on her French onion soup at age 6 and spent the night curled up by the toilet humming Twinkle, Twinkle to calm myself down. But she's also the queen of secret ingredients. She's a retired florist with a flair for drama, always wearing these loud silk scarves and talking like she's narrating a nature documentary. "Oh, you'll never taste it," she'll say, smirking as she sneaks zucchini into brownies or, yep, onions into everything. The UFO watch party is our weird little tradition. Every October, me, Mom, and my two best friends, Jace and Tilda, pile into her creaky Airstream trailer and drive out to this scrubby patch of desert 40 miles from civilization. Mom's obsessed with aliens, claims she saw a saucer in '93, and we humor her because it's fun. We set up lawn chairs, crack open beers, and scan the sky while a staticky radio plays old Art Bell reruns. This year, she decided to elevate the vibe with a homemade elk chili cooked in a cast-iron pot she hauled out there like it was a sacred relic. Jace, a wiry dude with a man bun who vapes way too much mango-flavored mist, was stoked. Tilda, who's 5 feet 2 inches and built like she could bench press me, just shrugged and said, "Food's food." The trailer's tiny kitchen smelled like a war zone when I got there, garlic, cumin, and that unmistakable onion stench hitting me like a slap. Mom was stirring the pot, her scarf dangling dangerously close to the flame, humming some tune from Close Encounters. "I've been at this since 6 a.m., she announced, proud as hell. "Shot the elk myself last month with your uncle's rifle. You're gonna love it." I peeked in chunks of meat, tomatoes, and a glistening sea of diced onions staring back at me. My stomach did a barrel roll. "Mom," I said, trying to keep it light, "you know I can't do onions. Did you maybe make a little side batch without?" She froze, spoon mid-stir, and gave me that look like I'd just asked her to burn her photo albums. "A side batch," she said, voice climbing. "This is a labor of love. You think I'm running a diner out here?" Jay snickered into his vape, and Tilda just raised an eyebrow, crunching a Dorito she'd fished from her cargo pants. I figured I'd just eat the chips and beer, no big deal. But then dinner rolled around. We're all sitting under the stars, the Milky Way smudged across the sky, and Mom starts ladling out bowls. She hands me one, grinning like she's gifting me a Nobel Prize. I take a whiff. "Onion City." "Mom, I can't," I said, pushing it back. "You know this." Her face crumpled. "You can't? I spent all day on this. I hunted the damn elk. You're telling me you won't even try it?" Her voice cracked, and suddenly it's not about chili, it's about me rejecting her soul. Jace, trying to help, goes, "Dude, just pick the onions out. It's not hard." Tilda, less diplomatic, mutters, "Man up, it's food." I shot back, "You don't get it, I'll legit puke. Why's she gotta force this on me?" Mom slammed the ladle down, sloshing chili onto the dirt. "Force? I'm not forcing you. I'm asking you to appreciate me for once." She stormed into the trailer, scarf flapping, and locked the door. Jace winced. "Bro, that was harsh." Tilda just ate her chili in silence, staring at me like I'd kicked a puppy. Here's where it gets messy. I didn't mean to hurt her, I just didn't want to spend the night retching in the desert. But Mom's always been big on food is love, and I knew that. I could have faked a bite, maybe, or just sucked it up. On the flip side, she knew onions are my kryptonite. She could have left them out or hell warned me so I could bring my own snacks. Instead, she turned it into a test, and I failed. The night went downhill fast. Mom stayed in the trailer, blasting her alien podcasts so loud we could hear them through the walls. Jace kept muttering about how I ruined the vibe, and Tilda started texting her girlfriend about some people's entitlement. I sat there, sipping a warm Coors, watching the sky for UFOs that never showed. Eventually, I knocked on the trailer door, said, "Mom, I'm sorry you're upset, but I'm not eating onions," through the crack. She yelled back, "Don't bother. I'll just cook for myself next time." Ouch. We drove home the next morning in silence. She hasn't texted me since. Usually she's blowing up my phone with blurry pics of her garden or memes about Bigfoot. Jay says I'm a dick for not trying the chili after she went all out. Tilda thinks I overreacted but admits Mom was kinda extra too. I keep replaying it, her hunched over that pot, the pride in her eyes, then the hurt. But I also keep smelling those damn onions in my nightmares. So Reddit, I'm stuck. I didn't want to disrespect her effort, but I'm not choking down something that makes me miserable just to prove a point. AITA for standing my ground, or should I have just eaten the chili and dealt with it? I'm a 31-year-old data analyst who moonlights as a jigsaw puzzle fiend, and last night I told my friend Derek his homemade pistachio cake tasted like wet cardboard after he begged for my honest opinion. Now he's calling me a rude asshole and our puzzle club chat is blowing up. AITA? Here's the deal. I've been part of the puzzle posse, yes, that's what we call ourselves, for 3 years. It's this niche crew that meets every Thursday in the back room of a comic book store called Geek Haven. The place smells like old paperbacks and burnt coffee, and the owner, Mr. Chin, lets us use it if we buy at least one thing, usually a $2 Batman keychain. There's 5 of us, me, Derek, Priya, Leo, and Sam. We're obsessed with speed-building 1,000-piece puzzles, think ravens in fog or abstract cityscapes, and we've got a leaderboard taped to the wall, smudged with Sharpie updates. I'm second place, behind Priya, who's a machine with her tiny, nimble fingers and her habit of muttering gotcha every time she snaps a piece in. Derek's the heart of the group. He's 35, a lanky guy with a patchy beard and a wardrobe of thrifted Hawaiian shirts. He's a middle school art teacher who's always got paint under his nails and a goofy grin. He's not the best at puzzles, usually finishes last, but he keeps us laughing with dumb puns like, "This piece is puzzling me." Lately though, he's been on this baking kick. He's obsessed with elevating our meetings, showing up with Tupperware full of scones or cookies. Most of it's decent, his lemon bars are honestly fire, but he's got this thing about wanting brutal honesty. He'll shove a treat in your face and go, "Tell me the truth, I can take it," while bouncing on his toes like a kid. Last night was our monthly Puzzle Palooza. We tackle a 2,000-piece monster and order pizza. Derek rolled in late, clutching a lumpy pistachio cake he'd baked from scratch. It looked questionable. The frosting was this runny green mess, and it smelled like a health food store had a midlife crisis. He plopped it on the table, grinning ear to ear. "Made it with love," he said. "Pistachios from my cousin's farm. Dig in and tell me what you think, no holding back." Priya took a polite nibble and said, "Interesting texture." Leo, a gym bro who only eats protein shakes, just poked it with a fork and grunted. Sam, our quiet goth who always wears fingerless gloves, muttered, "It's unique," before chasing it with Dr. Pepper. I was mid-puzzle connecting a tricky corner of a lighthouse scene when Derek shoved a slice under my nose. "Come on, man, you're the tiebreaker. Lay it on me." I sighed, set down my piece, and took a bite. Holy hell, it was bad. The cake was dense and soggy like a sponge left in a sink, and the pistachio flavor tasted like someone had mashed up lawn clippings. I gagged a little, wiped my mouth with a napkin, and said, "Dude, I'm sorry, but this tastes like wet cardboard. Did you forget sugar or something?" The room went silent. Priya's eyes widened. Leo snorted into his Red Bull. Derek's face fell. "Wet cardboard," he repeated, voice small. "That's harsh." I shrugged, trying to soften it. "You said be honest. It's just not my thing." He stared at the cake, then back at me. "Wow. Okay. Guess I'm a shitty baker and a shitty friend for asking." He grabbed his backpack and stormed out, leaving the cake sitting there like a sad, green crime scene. The fallout was instant. Sam texted the group chat, "That was brutal, dude." Priya chimed in with, "He's sensitive about baking, you didn't have to go there." Leo, predictably, just sent a popcorn gif. I fired back, he asked for honesty. I didn't call him a loser, I just said the cake sucked. No one replied for an hour, then Derek posted a blurry pic of the cake in the trash with, "Thanks for the support, asshole." Now the chat's a war zone, half the posse thinks I'm a jerk, half thinks Derek's overreacting. I feel like crap. Derek's a good guy, and I didn't mean to tank his confidence. I could have lied, said it was fine, and spared his feelings. But he's been hounding us for weeks about real feedback, and I thought he meant it. Plus, that cake was objectively awful. I'm not eating garbage just to play nice. Still, seeing him ditch Puzzle Palooza over it stings. We've never had drama like this before. So, Reddit, I'm lost. Was I the asshole for telling Derek his cake tasted bad when he asked, or should he grow a thicker skin? I just wanted to keep it real, but now I'm the villain of Puzzle Posse. AITA? I'm a 25-year-old overnight DJ at a tiny AM radio station, and 2 nights ago I chucked my roommate/coworker's week-old shrimp fried rice because it smelled like a dumpster fire. Now he's pissed, calling me a control freak, and our boss is threatening to dock my pay over the drama. AITA? Let me set the scene. I work the graveyard shift at WZRD 980, this crusty little station on the edge of town that plays conspiracy talk shows and lo-fi beats for insomniacs. The building's a relic, peeling paint, flickering fluorescence, and a break room fridge that hums like it's plotting something. I spin tracks from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m., sipping Red Bull and reading Reddit creepypastas to stay awake. My roommate, Nate, is the station's sound tech. He's 29, a lanky dude with a scruffy goatee and a collection of faded band tees, think Nirvana and Slayer. He's chill most of the time, always tinkering with the soundboard or doodling aliens on post-its, but he's got this weird obsession with hoarding leftovers. Like, he'll order takeout from Lucky Dragon down the street and let it sit in the fridge for days, claiming it gets better with age. We've been splitting rent on a shoebox apartment for 6 months because neither of us can afford to live solo on our $14 an hour gigs. It's fine mostly. I'm a neat freak, always wiping down counters and color-coding my vinyls, while Nate's the type to leave socks on the couch and call it lived-in charm. The station's break room is our second battleground. It's this cramped cave with a wobbly table, a microwave that sparks if you look at it wrong, and that fridge, a beige monstrosity with a handle duct-taped on. We share it with our boss, Carla, a chain-smoking ex-punk in her 50s who runs WZRD like it's her personal fiefdom, and our weekend host, Jinx, a goth poet who only drinks black tea and talks in riddles. Last week, Nate brought in this massive styrofoam container of shrimp fried rice. He ate half, shoved the rest in the fridge, and forgot about it. I noticed it Monday, door ajar, a faint whiff of soy sauce. By Wednesday, it was starting to pong like old fish and regret. I'm sensitive to smells, migraines run in my family, so I texted Nate, "Yo, your rice is funky. Toss it?" He replied, "Nah, it's still good. I'll eat it tomorrow." Tomorrow came and went. Thursday night, I opened the fridge to grab my Monster Energy, and it hits me, a rancid wave of shrimp gone rogue. The rice was turning gray with little wet spots pooling in the container. I gagged, held my breath, and chucked it in the trash by Carla's desk. Cue the chaos. Nate strolls in at 2 a.m. for his shift, headphones around his neck, whistling some Tool riff. He heads to the fridge, freezes, then spins on me. "Where's my rice?" I'm queuing up a track, half distracted, and go, "Oh, I tossed it. It smelled like death, dude." His face goes red. "You tossed it? That was my lunch. I told you it was fine." I laugh, big mistake, and say, "Bro, it was a biohazard." "You're welcome." He slams the fridge door, rattling the ketchup packets inside. "You don't get to decide that. It's my food, my call." Things escalate fast. Nate's yelling about boundaries, how I'm always up in his shit at home and now here. I fire back that I'm not his maid and I shouldn't have to dodge his science experiments just to grab a drink. Carla storms in from her smoke break, reeking of camels, and snaps, "What the hell's this racket? I've got callers complaining about dead air." Nate points at me. "He threw out my dinner." I scoff. "It was rotting. Tell him to clean up his crap." Carla rubs her temples, mutters, "I don't pay you clowns to bicker," and stomps off, leaving us glaring at each other over the soundboard. The next night's a mess. Nate's giving me the silent treatment, slamming drawers and skipping our usual guess the caller's conspiracy game. He ate a gas station burrito instead, pointedly unwrapping it in front of me like a middle finger. Jinx, who overheard the fight, corners me during a break and says, "The rice was his treasure, man. You stole its soul." I roll my eyes. It was trash, not a poem. But then Carla pulls me aside. "Nate says you're creating a hostile workplace. Fix it or I'm cutting your hours." Hostile? Over rice? I'm floored. Here's where I'm torn. I get it, Nate's strapped for cash, and maybe that rice was his meal plan. He's been stressed since his car broke down last month, and I've seen him rationing ramen at home. I could have just shoved it in a Ziploc and dealt with the smell, or texted him again before eating it. But come on, it was rank. I've got a right to a stench-free fridge too, especially in a shared space. He knew it was old, he just didn't care. And now I'm the bad guy because I didn't let it fester? The station's vibe is wrecked. Nate's petty, left the trash unemptied last night so I'd have to smell it, and the chat's buzzing with Jinx's cryptic "karma's a wheel" nonsense. Carla's on my case and I'm second-guessing every move. I tried apologizing over text, "Sorry I tossed it, didn't mean to overstep," but he just replied, "Whatever, control freak." Oof. I'm not trying to run his life, I just wanted to breathe without gagging. So Reddit, I need your take. Was I the asshole for throwing out Nate's leftovers because they stank, or is he overreacting to a common sense call? I'm stuck between feeling like a jerk and thinking he needs to chill. AITA? I'm a 34-year-old paralegal who knits like a fiend, and yesterday I flat out refused to give my coworker Tara the recipe for my family's Bourbon pecan pie because it's a sacred tradition. Now she's calling me greedy and our knitting group's taking sides. AITA? Here's the scoop. I've been part of the Stitch Witch Society, our little knitting crew, for 2 years. We meet every Tuesday at Brew and Pearl, this cozy coffee shop with mismatched chairs and a barista named Gus who blasts sea shanties on his Bluetooth speaker. There's 6 of us, me, Tara, Elise, Ravi, Marla, and Dot. We're hardcore, think intricate cable scarves and lace shawls that take months. We've got a Slack channel for yarn deals and a running bet on who'll finish their holiday gifts first. Ravi's winning. He's a machine with those size 2 needles. I'm the group's unofficial snack queen. I bring treats every week, cookies, brownies, whatever I'm stress baking to avoid my inbox. Tara's the newest Stitch Witch, joined 6 months ago. She's 29, a bubbly graphic designer with a pixie cut and a wardrobe of thrifted cardigans. She's got this infectious laugh and a habit of twirling her crochet hook like a baton when she's thinking. She's not the best knitter, drops stitches like it's her job, but she's eager, always asking for tips or snapping pics of our WPs for her Instagram. We get along fine, mostly because we work at the same law firm and carpool to meetings. She's chatty, I'm chill, it works. Last week was our annual Knit and Nibble potluck where we show off our best projects and food. I brought my bourbon pecan pie, a recipe my gran handed down before she passed. It's this gooey, boozy masterpiece with a flaky crust that's taken me years to perfect. I don't mess around, fresh pecans, a splash of Maker's Mark, a pinch of secrets I'll take to my grave. The group lost it. Elise, a prim librarian with a bob so sharp it could cut glass, said, "This is divine." Ravi, a bearded IT guy who knits socks in neon yarn, took seconds. Even Dot, our 70-year-old ringleader who smells like lavender and calls everyone dearie, gave me a rare nod of approval. Tara, though, went feral. She ate 3 slices, moaning like it was her last meal, then cornered me by the espresso machine. "You have to give me the recipe," she said, eyes wide. "I need this in my life." I laughed it off. "It's a family thing, sorry. Not sharing." Her smile faltered. "What? Come on, don't be stingy." I held firm. "It's not about stingy, it's tradition. Gran made me swear to keep it in the family." She rolled her eyes. "That's so dramatic. It's just pie." I thought that was it, but nope. Yesterday at work, Tara swings by my cubicle, plops down a Tupperware of her own sad pecan pie, lumpy, burnt like a pastry crime scene, and goes, "See? I tried without you. It sucks. Just give me the damn recipe." I'm sorting case files, half listening, and say, "Tara, no. It's not happening." She huffs. "You're so greedy. It's not like you invented pie. Share the wealth." I snap back, "It's not about wealth, it's mine to keep. Back off." She storms off, muttering about selfish gatekeepers. Cue the fallout. That night at Brew and Pearl, Tara's knitting a wonky dishcloth and loudly telling Elise, "Some people hoard recipes like they're gold." Elise shoots me a look. Ravi, oblivious, asks, "Who's hoarding what?" Tara points her hook at me. Her. Won't share the pie recipe. It's ridiculous. I'm mid-row on a Fair Isle hat, needles clicking, and say, "It's not ridiculous, it's personal. Drop it." Dot chimes in, "Family recipes are sacred, dearie," but Tara doubles down. "Sacred? It's dessert, not a relic." She's just flexing. The room splits. Elise sides with Tara, sharing's caring, Han, while Ravi shrugs, "I'd kill for that pie, but it's her call." Marla, a quiet accountant who knits baby blankets, whispers, "Let's not fight, but it's too late." Tara's texting the Slack channel, "Guess who's too good to share?" with a petty emoji string, "Pie, lock." I roll. I fire back, "Guess who can't take no for an answer?" Gus turns up the shanties, probably to drown us out. Now it's awkward. Tara's icing me out at work, skips our carpool, leaves passive-aggressive post-its like, "Enjoy your secret pie." The Stitch Witches are tense, Dot's pushing for a peace knit, but I'm not budging. I get why Tara's mad, she's obsessed with that pie, and I shot her down hard. Maybe I could have been nicer, offered a vague use bourbon tip to soften the blow. But it's Gran's recipe, her shaky handwriting's still on the card in my kitchen drawer. Sharing it feels like giving away a piece of her, and Tara acting entitled pisses me off. It's not just pie, it's legacy. So Reddit, I'm spinning out. Was I the asshole for refusing to share the family pie recipe with Tara, or is she out of line for pushing me? I'm not trying to hoard joy, but now I'm the knitting circle's Scrooge. AITA? I'm a 27-year-old graphic designer who loves a good gimmick, and last weekend I sent back my entree at a murder mystery dinner because it was so salty I couldn't choke it down. My boyfriend, Alex, said I was being picky and embarrassed him in front of strangers. Now he's sulking and I'm wondering if I'm the jerk here. AITA? Okay, context. Alex and I have been together for 2 years. He's 30, a laid-back accountant with a mop of curls and a thing for craft beer. I'm the chaotic one, always dragging him to weird events like goat yoga or escape rooms. This time, I scored us tickets to Murder at the Manor, a dinner theater thing at this kitschy venue called the Crimson Curtain. It's a converted warehouse with velvet drapes, flickering candelabras, and actors in Victorian get-ups hamming it up. You eat a 3-course meal while solving a fake whodunit, think Clue meets Olive Garden. I was stoked. Alex was skeptical but game. We're seated at a round table with 4 strangers, a chatty couple in their 50s, Linda and Greg, decked out in matching tweed, and 2 college girls, Zoe and Mia, giggling over their phones. The butler, a guy with a fake mustache and a tray of prop daggers, assigns us roles. I'm Lady Penelope, the snarky heiress. Alex is Dr. Reginald, the brooding physician. The menu's fixed: salad, chicken with some fancy sauce, and chocolate mousse. I'm buzzing, sipping a 2-sweet rose, while Alex mutters, "This better not suck," under his breath. First course is fine, limp Caesar salad, whatever. Then the main arrives, chicken in a urban-fused cream reduction served by a maid named Clara who keeps winking at Greg. I take 1 bite and nearly spit it out. It's like someone dumped a salt shaker in the sauce, gritty, tongue-curling, vile. I sip water, wince, and whisper to Alex, "This is inedible." He shrugs, chewing slowly. "It's not great, but it's okay." I stare at him. "Okay?" "It's a salt lick." The table's watching now. Linda's nibbling like a rabbit, Greg's powering through, and Zoe's Snapchatting her plate with "send help." I flag Clara down. "Hey, sorry, but this is way too salty. Can you redo it?" She blinks, mustache butler swoops in, and they huddle by the fake fireplace. Alex groans, "Babe, really?" I shoot back, "I paid $60 for this, I'm not eating brine." Clara returns, all stiff, and says, "Chef says it's how it's supposed to taste, but we'll remake it." Her tone's frosty, like I've insulted her bloodline. Alex sinks in his chair, muttering, "You're making a scene." The table gets weird. Linda chirps, "Oh, I think it's lovely," while Greg nods like a bobblehead. Zoe whispers, "I'd send it back too," but Mia shushes her. My new chicken comes better, still salty, but I can stomach it. Alex barely touches his, just sips his IPA and avoids my eyes. The actors keep the mystery rolling, someone's poisoned the Duke, but the vibe's off. When dessert hits, mousse, decent, Alex leans in and hisses, "You didn't have to do that. It's a group thing, suck it up." I snap, "I'm not choking on salt to spare feelings." The ride home's brutal. Alex drives, knuckles white, and says, "You embarrassed me." Everyone was staring. I argue, "I wasn't rude, I just asked for edible food." He scoffs. "You're so picky?" "It wasn't that bad." I fire back, "You barely ate yours, don't pretend you liked it." He goes quiet, then mumbles, "Just tone it down next time." We haven't really talked since. He's been busy with spreadsheets, and I'm stewing over it. Here's my mess. I get Alex's side. He hates confrontation, and I could have whispered quieter or faked a few bites. This wasn't Michelin star dining, it's a goofy night out. Maybe I did overreact, salt's subjective, and the chef probably didn't mean it. But $60 isn't cheap, and I'm not here to gag on a meal just to keep the peace. Alex calling me picky stings. He knows I'm not a diva, I just want what I paid for. The table's mixed signals didn't help, half agreed, half judged. So, Reddit, I'm spinning. Was I the asshole for sending back the salty chicken and ruffling Alex's feathers, or should he chill about me standing up for myself? I didn't mean to ruin the night, but now I'm the villain of Murder at the Manor. AITA?